see you back again. After a few seconds, an image will be displayed. Look at the image and write down the action word associated with each picture. So here are the answers. Let me see how many of you got all of them correct. Write, eat and ski, sleep, draw and climb, cook, hug and drive. These words are called action words and we call them verbs in grammar. So the topic for this session is verbs. Most students are under the impression that verbs are action words, but the definition is incomplete and there is much more to the definition of verbs. So let's see what's the complete definition, but before that let's do a drill. Action, possession, state of being. Let's repeat the drill. Action, possession, state of being. Let's see in detail what they are. Verbs express an action. So when I say the dog ran across the yard, the word ran is used to show an action that is being done. Verbs also denote possession. Possession means that something belongs to someone. So when I say Sheena has a doll, this word has is used to tell that Sheena is the owner of the doll. The third one is verbs denote state of being. So when I say Rahul is happy, this word is used to denote the state of Rahul that he is happy. Let us understand actions in detail. So eat, drink, sleep, laugh, teach, all these are action words that denote that something is being done. So when I say I go to the school daily, then go is an action that is being done. They play in the garden. So play again here is an action. So possession means that something belongs to someone or someone is the owner of something. So we have words like has, have and had to denote possession. Has and have are words that denote that something belongs to someone in the present tense. And had is used to denote that something belonged to someone in the past tense. So here are two examples. The boy has a candy and the boy had a candy. Now the difference between both of them is that this sentence tells us that the boy has a candy right now. And the boy had a candy denotes that the boy had a candy sometime back in the past. A few minutes back I said that has and have both are used for the present tense. So what is the difference between them? Let's see it here. So has is used for singular nouns and pronouns and have is used for plural nouns and pronouns. Boy and dog here are singular nouns. So with them we have used the word has. Boy has, dog has. Now let's come to have. Now have is used with plural nouns and pronouns. So children and doctors, both of them are plural nouns. So that is why we have used have with them. So children have and doctors have. Let's see what is the case with pronouns. So when we say he is a singular pronoun. That is why we are going to use has with it. She again is a singular pronoun. So we are going to use has with it. It again, it is a singular pronoun. So again has. They. Now they is plural. So we are going to use have with it. What about I? I is actually singular, but in English we treat it as plural. That is why we are going to use have with it. Let's see we. We again is plural. So have. What about you? Remember I told you that you is singular also and plural also, but we treat you more as plural. That that is why with you we are going to use have. Let us now understand what state of being is. So we have words like is, am, are and was and were to denote state of being. Is, am, are words that denote state of being in the present tense. Was and were denote state of being in the past tense. So when I say Rahul is a good boy, it denotes that Rahul is in the state of being a good boy. Now we will discuss about the usage of is, am, are, was and were. So we use I and am together. So I am a teacher. Is and was are used with singular nouns and pronouns. So when you see here the boy, it is a singular noun. So with singular noun we have used is. She is a singular pronoun. So with it we have used is. Are and were are used with plural nouns and pronouns. So when I say the students were singing a song, students is a plural noun. So with that we have used were. They were jumping. So they is a plural pronoun. So with plural pronoun we have used were. The next topic is helping verbs. So a helping verb is a verb that helps the main verb. It is because of the helping verb that we come to know whether the action is done in the present tense, past tense or future tense. So we have 23 helping verbs in English, but here we'll be discussing only some. Is, am, are, was and were, be, been, been, has, have, had, do, does, did. There are others also like will and shall, would and could, etc. So when I say he is crying, this is the main verb and this helping verb is telling us that this action is taking place in the present tense. That's all for this session. I will meet you in the next session. Till then, bye bye.